Today we're going to be talking about conflict. Conflict happens all around us. But what I want you to hear is that conflict is necessary. Many of our religious traditions, many of our Christian traditions have an idea that if we were really good Christians, we would have no conflict. And if that's the case, then we have to go back and reread the Gospels, because Jesus initiated conflict. Now, it would be easy for us to say yes, but if everyone had always agreed with Jesus, there would be no conflict. But let me put it this way. If you have no conflict, you have no honesty. And if you have no honesty, you have no community. What I mean by no conflict, no honesty, is that God has created us in our diversity. That this person over here has a different experience than this person over here that has a different experience than this person over here. And that's actually part of the design. You can read 1 Corinthians 12, 1 Corinthians 14, lots of different places where it talks about how part of the design is that we are different and that we are to have unity in the midst of our diversity. Well, the only way to have unity in the midst of diversity is to talk through our diversity. So we have a choice not between no conflict and conflict. We have a choice between destructive conflict and constructive conflict. And pretending there's no conflict and then letting it come out in destructive ways is the way that destructive conflict often happens. But that's no better than just simply arguing with each other. So we have a choice between destructive or constructive conflict. What we're going to talk about is how to create constructive conflict. But don't ever think that you have a choice between conflict and no conflict. If you have no conflict, you have no honesty. If you have no honesty, you have no community. And if you have no community, you have no intimacy. We are called to be connected in Christ. The bonds that bind us in Christ are the most important. And if we are going to take those seriously, we have to recognize that we have to, in our diversity, talk to each other even when we disagree.